Namaskar my dear friends, I am Kavita, your host, and today we have a very special guest with a very special episode on Osho's birthday. Today 11 December, as you know very well, a spiritual and very rebellious master Osho. He has taught so many things to our mankind and to our society. So without taking much time, I will introduce you with one of our renowned speaker of PMC English. She is none other than SP Annapurna ji. She is also Osho Sannyasin. So let's welcome together. Ma'am, welcome.
Thank you.
So ma'am, my first question is, who is Osho?
India is one of the most ancient countries in the world, and it is the land of Buddhas and enlightened masters. So, in the garden of enlightened masters, one flower has blossomed after a long ago. He is none other than Osho. Osho is a mystic and he is a rebellious spirit.
Why people call him rebellious?
In this context, you have to understand what is the meaning of rebel. And before that, there is a difference between the revolutionary, reform and rebelliousness. So, in revolution, what the revolutionaries think that you have to change the society so that people's lives will change. And coming to the reformers and reforms, so they will think that you have to change the system so that the people will get modified. When coming to the rebel, they will tell that especially all the spiritual masters are rebels, not only Osho. Buddha is also a rebel, Krishna is also a rebel.
That's true.
So they will invite changes within themselves. They will preach that if you change yourself, you can change the society. Change starts from the individual and ultimately it extends to the society. And this is the definition of rebel.
Wonderfully explained, ma'am. So does he have past lives?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, before the Osho, and his past life was he had born in the Tibet. So he is the contemporary of Bodhidharma in those days. And in that life also he was an enlightened master. So he had got enlightenment at the age of 80 years, but he was unable to do the dharma prachar, and also he was unable to spread the truth throughout the country, and he was unable to spread the wisdom in that life. So after the 700 years gap, he came to this life. So that is Osho. So actually, if we take the before that past life, and in some context, some disciples will say that he is the Mahakashyap at the time of Buddha.
Okay.
And he is the topmost disciple of the Buddha, Mahakashyap. So the roots of the Osho was in the Buddhism. And he had practiced the Buddha philosophy in his past lives, and also he had practiced the Ana-Pana-Sati Vipassana in his past lives, and he had got enlightened in those life also. So that is the reason why Osho had given a broad explanation about the Buddha and his Dhamma.
Right.
He has spoken on Buddha about, I think it's 100 hours.
100 hours?
Hours. So 4 volumes are there on Dhammapada. So he had given a vast knowledge about the Buddha and his Dhamma and his philosophy. So he likes Buddha very much. So why? Because his past life is connected to the Buddha.
Right. So that's why he has taken his teachings so many times.
And he will tell that Buddha was a spiritual scientist. And he had given a new approach to the life and to the body, mind and matter. And when we take the spiritual history in India, we are having so many enlightened masters, mystics, saints, but regarding the Buddha and Osho, they have brought a new dimensions to the life, and they have created a revolution. Even Buddha also, in his time, he had created a revolution by condemning all the old belief systems and old rotten beliefs, especially caste, creed, greed, discriminations. And also while coming to the Osho, and in this modern era, Osho was born in this modern era, so he had condemned all the old rotten beliefs. He had given a new approach to the life, and he had given importance to the life. If you lead your life completely, so definitely you will get salvation. So in Hindi we have a word of the Osho, and he had given a discourses on that. Jivan hi hai Prabhu. Life itself is God. If you lead your life completely, then automatically you will get the godliness and you will attain the enlightenment.
Wonderfully you shared. So, as you mentioned that he spoke much about Buddha and his Dhamma. My question is, was Osho against religion?
Yes.
Okay.
Not only Osho, those who have become enlightened, they condemn the religion. Why? Because there is a difference between the religion and spirituality. Religion is different, spirituality is different. In religion, the people creates discriminations, and they will create different types of superstitious beliefs, and they will impose their ideas on the people, and they will divide. They don't unite the people, they will divide on the name of caste, creed, greed and professions. So all the enlightened masters, not only Osho, all the enlightened masters condemn the religion. Most of the people think that spirituality and religion is the same, but that is wrong. Religion is different, spirituality is different. Spirituality is the inner revolution, and religion is they are transforming the individuals without their consent, without their will and wish, by forcefully, by creating wars, by creating discriminations, and by creating so much of creed, greed in their minds, and they are dividing the people on different categories. So religion divides and spirituality unites.
Right.
Actually, the religion had created so much of violence in the society, not only in India, across the world. Osho will say in this context that in the 5000 years, 15,000 wars have been fought.
Is it?
Yes. And this has been done on the name of religion, God, and caste, creed and race. Yes. So they have created so much of violence on the name of this. So not only Osho, every enlightened master have condemned the religion. Religion is different, spirituality is different.
Very true.
And they have given a new approach to the spirituality. And in India, especially in the era of Upanishads and Vedas, in that Vedic period, the people mainly they will focus on salvation and liberation only. They have condemned the family life, and also they have condemned the body also. Even they don't give importance to the body. They have practiced very hard techniques, going to the Himalayas, and they are doing practices in that cold atmosphere, and they have suffered the body. But while coming to the Buddha and the Osho, so they have told that first understand the body, understand the nature of the body, and understand the mind. If you understand the nature of body, mind and matter, then automatically you will get rid of it. So understand the nature first.
Very well said. As in Hindi, people says, and I heard that dharm kya hai? जो धारण योग्य है वही धर्म है. And here people has taken very wrongly.
Yeah.
So my next question is, why there is controversies on Osho?
Osho is not a controversial guru, but the people have created controversies around him.
Why so?
Not only Osho, you take regarding other enlightened masters, there were so many controversies across the Buddha also. So the people who are traveling in the path of truth and dharma, this mob people, they don't give importance to truth and dharma. So those who follow that truth, so they will give the name that he is a controversial guru. And moreover, the controversy on the name of Osho was, he had written a book, From Sex to Super Consciousness. So by taking that title, people had not read that book properly, but they have judged the title itself.
As you said about this book, Sex to Super Consciousness, why people called him sex guru?
Why means he had explained the scientific reasons behind the sexual energy.
Okay.
Actually, in our body there is only one energy, that is sexual energy. The energy is one. If the energy will work with the body, it will become a sex energy. And when the energy will work with the mind, it will become thoughts. When the energy will work with become heart, it will become feelings. So energy is one. how it is working, and especially when we take the 7 chakras. So if the energy is working in the Mooladhara chakra, and you will go in the sensual pleasures. So what the Osho's thought was, so many people, as I think 90% of people, they are almost leading their life with the sensual pleasures.
Right.
They are giving importance to that. So the people mindset was like that. They are involved and completely they have dedicated their life for families and these sensual pleasures. If anybody can talk about the sex, they will condemn. If they enjoy a lot, that doesn't matter. If anybody talk, they will create a controversies around him. And moreover, in that book, he had explained very scientifically about the energies and also the Ardhanarishvara ideology about the Shiva and Shakti, and also different types of energies in our body and different dimensions of energies in the body, and what is the scientific reasons behind the sexual energy. He had given a lot of information about scientifically.
Right.
But people had not read that book properly, but they have judged the title itself. So that is the controversy. And moreover, Osho had gone against the politicians, against the priest, and against all the discriminations in the society. And what was the Osho's vision? He wanted to establish a new humanity, and he has worked for the raise of human consciousness. And he will tell that this old rotten beliefs and old rotten people, the earth has fed up with this type of people. We want a new humanity. So with the birth of new humanity, we can create a new world with love and compassion.
Right.
So he has created a new dimension, new outlook. So with this, so many controversies have created around him on the name of this sex, and also different types of his attitudes and behavior patterns. People have condemned it. But if you see the reality, all enlightened masters are controversial.
That's absolutely true. And I would say one thing, that even he's from India, from a very small village, still the whole world has accepted his truth.
Yeah.
And I think this is the reason why he became rebellious also.
Rebellious.
So let's start with his childhood, where he was born and how was his childhood.
Osho was born in the year 1931, December 11th, in village Kuchwada. It's near to the Jabalpur in the state of Madhya Pradesh. So actually his name was not Osho first. Rajneesh Chandramohan Jain, his parents has given his name. And after that he had become Acharya Rajneesh, and after that people had called Bhagwan Rajneesh, and finally they have given the name Osho, just like Siddhartha had become Buddha. So this Rajneesh had become Osho. So after his enlightenment, so from his childhood, he was very rebellious spirit, and in his childhood, at the age of 7 years, he used to live with his grandparents, not with their own parents. He has to live grandparents. So in the childhood, he had condemned the customs, belief system, superstitious beliefs at the age of 7 years. So from that age only he is the rebellious spirit. So how he had identified his inner thirst. So at the age of 7, he lost his grandfather.
Oh my God.
So he had seen that suffering. And at that time the Osho age was 7 years. So he was very small child. So the parents thought that if he had taken to the cremation ground, maybe his mind will get disturbed. Why? Because he loved his grandparents very much. So they have kept in the home, and they went to the cremation ground. And Osho had very eager to see the cremation. So anyway, he had left the home and went to the burial ground, and he had seen the process, what is going on in the cremation ground. And after that he came to the home. So in that child mindset, what is there at that moment was, he had loved his grandparents so much. So after loving the grandparents so much also, I have lost them. So he had one prayer in his mind that I will left the body with my grandfather. So with that vision and with that feeling, he had slept on that night. So at the time, almost I think it is 3, and when the feeling was very strong, when the thought was very strong, and at one time it will become reality. We will see in our life also. So I want to die, I want to die, I want to experience that, I want to see the death experience. What happens when the death will comes? So he had inner search at the 7 years only.
So was that a turning point of his life? And
he had first experienced his Satori experience
at the age of 7?
At the age of 7.
Oh.
I mean self-realization. Okay. That is his first juncture.
When did he start searching for truth?
From the childhood itself.
Okay.
Why? Because he is having the past life reincarnation, no? Right. He is having the past life sanskara. Right. And moreover, when Osho had born, in the past life, in the Lama's life, he is a Buddhist Lama, is the contemporary of Bodhidharma at that moment. So he had taken a 21 days diksha, not to take food and water in that life before leaving that body. So before completing that diksha, he had left the body 3 days before. So in order to complete that diksha, as Osho has born, so 3 days he had not taken any water or milk in that age. When he was born.
So you mean to say that sadhana and practice he has started from that time itself?
Yes, from the childhood itself. Okay. He had not taken a milk or water for 3 days in order to complete the diksha which he had left in the past life. Right. So in the childhood itself. So actually he is already enlightened master. So he had catched the self-realization in the early ages only. So at the age of 7, he had experienced the first Satori glimpses, I mean out of body experience. So from that age, he has gone in search of truth, and at the age of 14, he went into the Samadhi state, and finally at the age of 21, and I think it is 1956, so he had attained the enlightenment at the age of 21. So like that, his childhood was very truthful and very authentic. He had enjoyed the life up to full extent, his childhood and also his adulthood. So his parents or grandparents does not kept any restrictions on him. Why? Because they know that he is a enlightened man.
They knew it before.
They knew it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So they have given total freedom with love and compassion, and he had grown up. So he had not get married also to do the sadhana. So actually he had become enlightened at the age of 21 years, and after that he had completed his graduation, and he has completed his honors also, MA Philosophy, and he has worked as a professor in the Sagar, Jabalpur University for some days, and after that he went to the Dharma Prachar to spread his wisdom. Actually he had completed his travel in the past life itself, but he had came in this life because in order to spread the wisdom in this modern era.
Wonderful, ma'am. So my next question is, according to Osho, what is self-realization and self-actualization?
Actually, what is the self-realization means? When we are going in the path of spirituality, a meditator will think in the starting stages, they will think that I am the body, I am the mind. With that mindset only they will come. So why? Because they are attached to the body, mind and heart and emotions and also breath. So they will think that I am this, I am that. So while practicing the meditation, we are witnessing the body and also we are witnessing the mind, thoughts and breath. When we are witnessing, we will become separate from that, detached from the body. Whatever we are doing, we are witnessing, we will become detached from that. For example, you are looking me. How you are looking? Why? Because I am separated from you. I am detached from you. That's why you are able to see me. So if we are united, you can't see me. So that is the same philosophy in meditation. If you watch your body, if you witness your body, you will become detached from that. But most of the people, they will get attached to the body. So that is the reason why they don't come from the clutches of these bondages. So what is the self-realization means? you will find answer for who am I. What is your self? Whether your body, your mind, your heart. If you are not this, then what is your original face?
Right.
And what is your original nature? And what is the purpose of your life? So, in the India, especially in India, the people, most of the people, they will come from the spiritual practices itself, whether they are in the devotional path or in the yogic mark or in the meditation path, they have some spiritual practices in every family in India. So, blindly they will believe that we are not body, we are soul. Right. They will believe. They don't have any experience, but they will believe. But while coming to the in the meditation path, they will search for it. Whatever they have believed it, they will experience it here.
Right.
That is the self-realization. In this, there are two stages. First, self-actualization, and next you will go into the self-realization. What is the self-actualization means? First, you will understand yourself and your inner experiences by learning books through gurus, preachers, masters' preachings, and also you will understand the reality. First of all, that is the self-actualization. And whatever you have learnt and you have read, if you implement and practice in your life, one day you will realize it, what is your self. Right. One is self-actualization, other is self-realization. This is the difference between the both of them. And Osho had given a new perception and also different types of meditation techniques to realize yourself.
So, is there any connection between self-actualization, self-realization with enlightenment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Because if we are going in the spiritual path means we are searching for the self. Knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, we are searching for that. So, actually in your mind you have one thought that I am not this body, something is there beyond that. So, that I have to search for it. So, you will get this knowledge by books, by preachings. So, then you will actualize what is the actual happening of my inner world. So, you will actualize it. So, with that actuality, with that reality, you will search for the self. When you search for the self, one day you will realize it. It will come in front of your eyes. You are searching, no? First it is a thought, it is a feeling, but one day it will become the reality. So, that is the self-realization, you will realize yourself. So, if you get the self-realization and finally you will enter into the path of enlightenment. Self-realization means that is the Atma Jnana and the enlightenment is wisdom. Right. And in self-realization you will realize yourself, and in enlightenment you will see the godliness and divinity. What is the divine energy? You will experience that energy. Then you will enter into the super consciousness and you will be connected to the divine energy. That is enlightenment.
Was the same journey happened with Osho also?
Yes.
Okay.
And his enlightenment journey was, he was so much dedicated to reach that stage, and he has done so much of practices from the age of 14 years and up to 21 years. So, he had suffered a lot to reach that goal. And so, when he got the enlightenment before that day, what happened means, he is at that time he was living in the Jabalpur in his college days, in the university days. So, he used to live alone in his room. So, whole night he is doing to sadhana, he is practicing the meditations, different types of techniques. And what happened? So, when the reality, when the actuality, when the truth has come in front of our eyes, we can't bear it. So, he had ran away from his room.
What you have seen?
Actually, in the spiritual experiences, the first experience will come by the sound.
Okay.
That is Omkar. And the second one is light. Nowadays, the scientists also saying that sound and light, with the help of this sound and light, the whole universe is running. So, while coming to the spirituality, when you go deeper into the meditativeness, you will first experience the breath sound. You have sound to your breath also, you will listen to it. And after that, when your consciousness will enter into your heart chakra, Hara chakra, then you will listen to a sound, that is soundless sound, that is Omkar. So if you are going with that sound, if you listen, that is the sound of divine, soundless sound. In that we have two types of sounds. One is worldly sounds are there, and also divine sound is there. If you want to listen the worldly sound, it will come by the rupture of two things.
Okay.
This worldly sounds. We are talking. Why? Because our vocal cords are rupturing.
Right.
So this is ahat nath. And what is anahat? Anahat means it will comes by one hand clapping without any source. That is the divine sound.
Is it possible?
Why? Why not? We are doing sadhana for it.
Okay.
And if you experience the divine sound, then finally you will see his light. So with these two experiences, the meditator or the sadhak will reach the ultimate alchemy. These are the two experiences every meditator will come across in his sadhana. These are the first two experiences. So Osho had listened to that sound and also seen the light. Actually here we can see a different type of psychology of the people. When we are traveling in the spirituality, we will search for the truth, search for the God and godliness. But really, if godliness come in front of eyes, we will run away from that.
Because of fear?
No. This eyes will not bear that.
Okay.
We can't see. Can we witness the sun directly? And it is more powerful than this sun rays, this sunlight. So our eyes, our body will not tolerate. So Osho had ran away from his room and he went to the garden. Whole night he was with the nature, and he has spread his energies to all the living beings, to the plants, to the sky, and went into the open air. And the whole night he had sat under a tree. That tree was in the Jabalpur. They will call that Osho tree. Just the Buddha had got enlightenment under the Bodhi Vriksha. The Osho had got that ultimate experience under the tree, Osho tree. So that was situated in Jabalpur. So he had sat up to 3 hours, 4 hours. So he had attained that ultimate alchemy. At
Wonderful,
that
wonderful, ma'am. So how was his life after enlightenment?
completely changed, and his outlook and also his vision, mission has become a crystal clear. And after that he had worked as a professor for 3-4 years in Sagar, Jabalpur University after enlightenment. So he had thought that this is not the right way. So I have to go to spread my wisdom throughout the world, across the world. And he has traveled to and fro and given his wisdom to all the people across the world. And in this juncture he had written 11,000 books, 650 titles, and he had contributed so much to the society on every concept, not only spirituality, on every concept.
Could you please elaborate some more about what he has contributed for mankind?
Actually his main contribution was mainly the 2-3 important books are there in the Osho library, and the first was Meditation, the First and Last Freedom. In that book he had given 108 techniques of meditations. And the second book was Book of Secrets. In that is Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. In that we have 112 Samadhi techniques. And after that his first book was Rebel, and in that book he had given a new vision to the society, and also in that book he had condemned all the old rotten beliefs which the society is created to the mankind, and how to get rid of it, how to become discontinuity with the past, and what is the rebelliousness, and what is the golden future, what is the vision, mission. So now what we are witnessing in this present scenario, that was told by the Osho before 40 years in the golden future.
Wow.
Especially what is the specialty of the Osho means, he had explored the whole knowledge of the enlightened masters in the world. From the Shiva to the Jiddu Krishnamurti, he had given so many lectures on enlightened masters and their lives and philosophies also. He had explored their wisdom in the modern era. So likewise he had written so many books.
So I want to know, like, which kind of books or which teachings he has given for human consciousness?
Actually, his path was, what is the Osho path? He told that first prajna. The first one is prajna. You have to understand the life and understand the life goal and go according to the your own nature. Don't depend on others for anything.
Right.
And moreover, if you aware and awake every moment with prajna, with wisdom, then naturally you will enter into the meditation. What is meditation? Meditation is nothing but sitting silently doing nothing.
Being in present.
Being in the present moment. Thinking is also doing, so stop thinking. No mind state. Become aware and alert in the present moment. Then you will fulfill the meditativeness. Then next, you will enter into the samadhi. Osho had not talked only meditation, he had talked about the samadhi also. What is samadhi? It is the art of dying. You learn the art of dying, how to die properly.
So could you please
By
elaborate
living.
it more?
Okay. Samadhi is nothing but, that is mrityorma amritangamaya. You will experience your death while you are living. What happens when death will come? You will experience it when you are alive. So that is the Atmagnan, that is the self-realization. Samadhi is nothing but self-realization. And you will come to know the reality of body, mind and nature, and also your spirit. So when you explore your spirit, when you explore your inner consciousness, you will see the ultimate reality. That is the enlightenment. And if you are in the samadhi state, your life will become celebration. And while comparing to the other enlightened masters and Osho, what is the specialty of the Osho means? He had included celebrations in meditation.
So that is his uniqueness.
Yeah, uniqueness. Life is a celebration. He will say that life is a celebration. Birth is a celebration and death is also a celebration. And especially Osho sannyasis, they will celebrate their death also. When the life will become celebration means, when you attain the enlightenment, you will connect to this universe. And when you see the search of truth, when you go in search of truth, in every juncture, in every point, you will get a celebration. Why? Because when you are traveling in the path of godliness, every moment there is a celebration. You will see when you go in depth. So see the birds and see the trees and see the nature, how it is celebrating. In the whole world, in the whole existence, everything is celebrating in the nature except man. He is very serious because he is living with his mind, with his mindsets and miserable conditions. So see the nature, go according to the nature. And Osho will say that this whole existence, what we are seeing with our open eyes, is the physical body of godliness. Okay. It is the physical body. The godliness is situated everywhere. Right. So if you understand the physical existence, you will understand the inner consciousness. So first you respect the life. Wonderful. And you see the life up to full extent. And lead every moment with aware and awake. And what is the whole essence of his teachings was? One is awareness and other is witnessing. If you are aware, you will become witness. You will become witness not only to your life, body, mind and nature, and when you attain enlightenment, you will become witness to this whole existence, this whole universe.
I have a small question. Okay. As you are saying about awareness and witnessing the things, when a person is in panic situation, when he has the different thoughts and so many tensions, how to be aware or how to be in present in that time when it is really peak time for him?
No, you have to become witness to that pain also.
Okay.
To that panic conditions also. Not that you will aware whole day with the breath. So every moment aware, every moment alert, every moment equanimous means what? Whatever is happening, naturally happening, whether it is pleasure or pain, whether it is happiness or sorrowness, just become witness. Be aware of it. What happens if you become aware and witness? You will become detached from it. You will see the nature of that pain, and you will see the hurdles which you are facing at that moment. So when you understand the pain and pleasure, when you become witness to that, and you will get rid of all the miseries in your life. So this is what the Buddha says, no? Atapi sampajano satima in Pali language. This is the same he is saying. Awareness is the key, is the golden key. Watching is the golden key. And if you become a watcher, when you go to the topmost of the mountains, when you see the valley in the ground, just you will watch from the top of the hill. You will become a watcher. So watch like a watcher. Become a best watchman to your this building, body building, and also your personality, your individuality, your thoughts, your emotions. When you become aware of it, you will understand the nature of your mind.
So ma'am, when we become detached, can we feel emotions at that time also?
See, you cannot control your body and mind. Right. You cannot control your breath also. Right. It will go according to that.
What about emotions that I'm asking?
So, you don't control your body, mind and matter. Concentration is different, meditation is different. In concentration, you will focus on one point. In meditation, you will see the situations as it is by becoming detached with that situation. So, when you witness your emotions, you cannot control the emotions. Emotions will come according to the situation, circumstances, nature, people, society. Emotions will come. But your work is to watch that. If you watch that emotions, if you watch your thoughts, what happens? Emotions will wither away. Why? Because the whole time what you are doing, you are getting attached with the emotions, and you are experiencing the pain, and also you are experiencing the pleasure, and you are totally involving in that situation. Now what is the whole technique of meditation was, don't involve in it, just to see from the far away. Like you will see the movie, just you will watch the TV, watch your emotions also. Then slowly they will wither away, and you will get out of your misery. And this is the whole technique of meditation.
So ma'am, coming to my next question, what is his new approach towards life?
In Osho's vision, life is everything.
Mm-hmm.
If you lead your life completely, perfectly, and with joy, with celebration, with awareness and with consciousness, your life itself become a godliness. So this is what the Krishna says, life is a leela, it's a play, rasa leela. And the Osho says life is a cosmic joke, nothing serious in it. Don't take anything serious in it, just go according to the wind and float according to the river. Right. Don't force yourself to the situations and circumstances, go according to that, accept the life, accept the reality, and go according to the life junctures and life incidents. So here, when you understand the life, you will understand the godliness. Life is not different from godliness, and godliness is not different from life. They are one. See, life is a body, godliness is spirit. Without spirit, body does not exist, and without body, the energy will not project in the world. They both needed to have a life in this world. So you have to understand the life, and what is the purpose of life, and what is the intention of life, goal of life. Then naturally you will understand the godliness. So don't condemn life, don't run away from the situations, become a non-escapist. Don't escape from the situations, don't run from this worldly things.
Mm-hmm.
So you can become enlightenment, you can attain enlightenment while leading this worldly life also. So there is no need to renounce the world and go to Himalayas, go in search of truth. See the truth in the life itself.
So coming to my last question, how was his last moment of his life?
At the age of 59 years, He had traveled to and fro throughout the world, and the American government had given a slow poisoning to him. And after that, he had survived for 5-6 years. He had returned to India. I think it is in the 85, I think, and he had left his body, declaring his death. And I think he has left his body that January 1990 is Mahaparinirvana Day. And before that, he had given a so much of contribution to the society, and so much of wisdom to the society, and also not only in the spiritual concepts but also on the societal problems and caste, greed, religion, and also the superstitious beliefs and about the constitution, and also the sociological concepts, science and technology. So he had touched the every subject in this universe, beyond the universe and within the universe.
Right.
He had given so much of knowledge and wisdom, and so he had declared his death before 1 week to his disciples, and he had taken permission from the disciples, and he left his body on January 19, 1990. It is coming next month. So that is his Mahaparinirvana Day. And my vision about the Osho was, if we see the Osho, and when I saw the first the Osho's photo, means what my intention was, when the godliness will exist in the body, so that is Osho.
Wonderful.
And I have seen his divinity. What the people are saying about this, his controversies and all those things, I have not given importance to that, but I have seen the divinity and godliness in him. So I have surrendered to that my master, and I have very blessed to have such a great enlightened master. And also after that, I have 3 enlightened masters, living gurus also there, and I am so much blessed with the 4 enlightened masters, and gained so much of wisdom and knowledge with their blessings. And in my 23 years of sadhana, I have not seen the Osho practically and physically, but I have experienced him astrally. So I have so much of experiences with Osho. If we got time in the future, we will discuss
Definitely,
on it also.
ma'am. We would love to have you again. So, ma'am, a small suggestion or a message for our audience.
Okay, my suggestion and my approach towards the spirituality was, life has came, and don't waste time on the name of sadhana. If you are practicing it, attain enlightenment in this life only. Why? Because enlightenment is your birthright. You are born with it, Buddhahood. So you are not inventing any new thing in your inner, just you are discovering it. Already it is there in you, just you have to realize it. So become enlightened as early as possible. And the Osho dream was, he will tell that if the 10,000 enlightened masters will be created in this world, this whole earth will become blessed, and it will be protected from all the negativities. So his dream was that. So I am also doing my better to fulfill his desire, so on my part. And also my suggestion to the meditators was, become enlightened and enter into the samadhi. Meditation is not the fullest, it is just a part. You have to enter into the samadhi, and also you have to get the self-actualization and self-realization, and ultimately you have to attain the enlightenment. And my workshops and my lectures are guiding towards that.
Wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your all knowledge and wisdom, and this wonderful opportunity which we got with you. Dear viewers, please like, share and subscribe this video, and for more videos keep watching PMC English. Thank you so much.